Around 6 days ago, I got a call that I was not expecting. A contact of mine had rung me up to let me know that he lost around £510,000, which is the equivalent of $600,000 in an investment. That singular incident prompted me to make this video. Investing has the power to change your life, to make your money work harder than you ever could on your own. It can help you build wealth, create freedom, and reach the financial goals that you've been dreaming about. But here's the catch. Not every investment is a good investment, and not every investor is really prepared for the realities of investing. Over the last 2 decades, I have learned a lot about money, from working as an investment banker, managing wealth for the rich, to having a postgraduate degree in economics and finance, to reading books and investing my own money with quite a bit of trial and error. So in this video, I will share 6 critical things that you need to check before putting your hard-earned money into any investments. Now, these are not complicated Wall Street secrets. They're simple principles that can dramatically increase your chances of success and help you stay the course regardless of what's going on in the financial markets and the economy. The first and a very critical question you need to ask yourself is, will I need this money soon? Needing your money soon could mean that you're not ready to invest. The money you put into investing is often called patient capital for a reason. Investments, especially medium to high risk investments like stocks, derivatives, and even cryptocurrencies, often fluctuate in value. And the last thing you would ever want to do is to have to sell your investments when they haven't made any profits just to pay your rent or foot an emergency bill. Also, when you rely on short-term returns from your investments, this could leave you very vulnerable to potential losses. You might get lucky a few times, but financial markets can be very unpredictable and volatile, especially when unexpected or unplanned events occur, such as what was seen in a specific area of the world today. And so if you have a lump sum of money to invest, here are a few things that you should consider when thinking about whether or not you might need this money soon. The first thing to consider is whether or not you have an emergency, or as I like to call it, a life happens fund. Now, this fund will go a long way in helping you cover any unexpected expenses. A rule of thumb is to have at least 3 months worth of your living expenses put aside. This will act as a financial cushion if you ever experience any unexpected life shocks, like losing your job, for example, without you needing to pull cash out of your investments too early. The second thing to consider is whether you have any upcoming major expenses, things like buying a house and the down payments, as well as all the fees associated with that. Or perhaps if you are planning a wedding, congratulations if that's you, or starting a business, or perhaps university or college tuition payments that are coming up. So if this money is earmarked for something important or something specific, invest in it to make a quick win could be very dangerous if markets drop and you're forced to sell at a loss. The third thing to consider is how stable or secure your income is. Do you have a stable salary with strong job security, or are you on a commission-based or variable income? If your income is unpredictable, you may need a little bit more liquidity before committing money to investments. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jumoke, and I worked as an investment banker for close to 2 decades managing money for the ultra-rich. On this channel, I post videos on personal finance and financial freedom every Sunday with the hope of helping at least one person's finances in a meaningful way. If that sounds interesting to you, do not forget to click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you do not miss any new videos every week. One of the most important decisions you'll make about investing is deciding what type of investing accounts to use. This can make or break your investments because of tax implications. Not fully utilizing tax-efficient accounts like Roth IRAs, ISAs, HSAs, junior ISAs for your children, or even 529 plans is tantamount to leaving money on the table. This graph shows the difference in wealth between investing through a tax-efficient account, a Roth IRA account, for example, versus a traditional brokerage account over 25 years. The difference is about $190,000 due to taxes alone. Taxes are a very important consideration when investing. And there are typically 3 tax drags that occur when you don't use a tax-efficient account. The first one is you get taxed on your dividends or your returns or your cash flow. The second one is capital gains tax when you sell your investments. And the third is the loss of compounding on taxes paid. Taxes are one of the biggest expenses we will ever have to pay in our lifetime. So why pay more taxes when you don't have to? And so your investment account is a very important tool, and choosing the right tools can be the difference between paying no taxes at all or paying thousands of dollars when you decide to sell your investments. When I make these videos, I need the right tools and visuals to ensure that my message is clear and easily understood. And this is where Storyblocks comes in. Storyblocks is an all-in-one creative toolkit specifically built to help creators bring their individual stories to life through video. With Storyblocks, you get unlimited access to music, sound effects, and professional, high-quality, human-made stock videos and not AI-generated videos. And for me, this means that I can focus on sharing useful information without worrying about production quality or using multiple platforms. And you don't have to worry about license or usage rights because everything you download is royalty-free, it's pre-licensed, and it's ready for personal and commercial projects. And so to make your stories stand out with amazing tools, head over to storyblocks.com/Jumoke. They are offering 15% off any annual plans for a limited time, and this discount is only available through my link below. The third thing to understand is how the investment works. It's important to have a good understanding of how the investment will generate returns, and so that helps you choose the right investments for your goals. Now, there are 2 ways your investments can generate returns typically. Some investments will offer returns as capital appreciation, meaning that your assets will increase in value over time. Other investments may pay returns through regular payments, which are often referred to as dividends from stocks or interest payments from bonds. Both of these returns combined are known as total return on an investment. So here is a simplified example. If you invest $1,000 in a stock that grows to $1,200 and it pays $100 in dividends over 1 year, your total gain is $300 and your total return is 30%. And so before investing, you should be clear on the following things. Are there any platform fees, management fees, or any costs? If so, make sure that you are comfortable with these expenses because they can very well eat away at your returns over time. The second thing to be clear on is how easy is it to sell or cash out of the investment? Some investments can be sold very easily and quickly, while others may be more difficult, time-consuming, or costly to sell. How easily you can cash out of your investments can really affect your ability to access the funds when you need them. The fourth critical thing to know before you make any investments is your risk tolerance. And this is made up of 2 parts: your willingness to take risk and your ability to take risk. Someone with $100,000 of total wealth and someone with $1 million of total wealth will have different abilities to take risk, even if they have the same willingness, all things being equal. And this is because the person with $1 million has a larger buffer if he or she was to lose $100,000 versus the individual who has just lost their entire wealth. Your personal circumstances will definitely guide your risk tolerance. This point is so important and it should be addressed even before you make any transfers of funds into a brokerage or trading account to buy assets. High-risk investments may offer higher returns, but they also come with the risk of significant losses. It is of the utmost importance to consider your current financial situation, how stable your current income is. Do you have any major financial obligations that may affect your ability to take risk, such as being in heavy debt or paying for an expensive private education for your child, or maybe a very large monthly mortgage, and so on? Can you handle losses without panicking? Are you risk averse or someone who will sell at the first sign of a dip in your capital? Are you comfortable with the highs and lows of investing? Financial markets are cyclical in nature, and there are peaks and troughs. And this is something that you must be comfortable with to be successful at investing. The fifth critical thing to know is whether an investment diversifies your portfolio. Nobody can control everything. And because we live in an uncertain world, it becomes even more important to understand ways of managing risks in case the unexpected happens. So here's an exercise that is really helpful to carry out every year, and it's one that I carry out every year myself. Take a look at your current portfolio. That's all the investments you currently hold. Are your investments concentrated in one sector, maybe in AI or tech, or one type of investment, for example, stocks? If so, you may want to consider whether diversifying into other types of investments or sectors can reduce the overall risk of your portfolio. And the reason for this is that when one investment underperforms, others might actually perform better. And this really helps to stabilize the overall risk as well as overall returns of your portfolio. Now, how you choose to diversify is really a personal choice, but there are two well-known ways to diversify. The first is the 100 minus N rule, N being your age. This rule states that an investor should invest 100 minus N in stocks and the rest in bonds. So for example, a 30-year-old should hold 70% of their portfolio in stocks and 30% in bonds, and a 60-year-old should hold 40% in stocks and 60% in bonds. And the second commonly known diversification rule is the 60-40 balanced portfolio. The 60% allocation goes into stocks, and this is used for long-term capital appreciation. And the remaining 40% goes into bonds, and these will help you earn continuous income. Now, some investors choose to start from the 60-40 allocation split, and then they adjust the percentages as they grow older. Interestingly, some data shows that an investor holding a passive 60-40 portfolio since 1980 will have reaped a compelling annualized return of 8%, and they would have beat average inflation by 5% over that period. Bear in mind, however, this spans a period of over 40 years and is a long-term assumption. And it's important to note that these two rules don't account for other assets like property, direct investments, or even digital assets, but they are often used as a base or a starting point and adjusted according to personal preferences. And it's also important to note that these rules are not a one-size-fits-all. You should first consider what exactly your plans and your objectives are when you're investing, and based on that, you may want to dial up or dial down on risk. And the last critical thing to ask yourself is, if this investment goes south, if I lose everything, am I able to weather the loss? I mentioned at the start of this video that a contact of mine had lost £510,000. Now imagine if he had borrowed that money, or if he had mortgaged his home for that money, thinking that the investment was 100% guaranteed. You need to determine how much money you can afford to lose without affecting your overall finances. Investing always comes with some risk, and different investments attract different levels of risk. Ask yourself whether you are okay with the risk of losing some or all of the money you've invested. If you can't handle losing some money, you mentally or emotionally cannot handle losing some money, you may need more time. It might be worth pausing and doing some more research before you invest. Or maybe it's better to start with a safer option like bonds or diversified funds or ETFs instead of individual stock picking. And as mentioned previously, only invest money you can afford to leave untouched for several years, so that short-term market crashes do not force you to sell at a loss. If you're completely new to investing, I posted a video on 10 ways to invest $1,000, and I've posted other videos on investing for beginners, and you can watch those next here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.